Welcome back to Keen Ramps. Today I have Christopher Hyatt. You guys know who Chris is, skates for Powell. He's going to teach us how to do a Blunt-to-Fakie.
Fakie, man. It's a fun trick.
We're just going to jump into it.
Yeah, so I feel like Blunt-to-Fakie is not only like one of the easier tricks you could do on a mini ramp, even though it looks scary, but it's also definitely the funnest. And I'd say definitely the two things you got to learn how to do is a rock-to-fakie and an ollie-to-fakie. You have to be able to do both of those tricks to do this trick. All right, so if you don't know what a Blunt-to-Fakie is, it is when you come up, your front trucks go over the coping, your back trucks lock in to the bar right here, meaning your board can pull up, out like an ollie-to-fakie, back into the ramp without hitting rock-to-fakie or hitting 5-0. Just straight up, boom, and out. And that is what a Blunt-to-Fakie is. We're gonna talk about foot positioning and where I recommend to put it in order to do this trick properly. Now, I'd say it's a lot like an ollie-to-fakie. You want your front foot to be a little bit behind the bolts, giving a good inch, I'd say, because you want that room to pull up. Your back foot, you want it to be like in the center, because if it's on the edge, your foot can slide off. When you get into the blunt, it can go like that, and this foot will still be on, so you can do the splits. You don't want that.
The center of the tail, you mean, right?
Yeah, you want the center of the tail so you can have like the perfect area to pop. It's literally just like an ollie-to-fakie. So you're gonna want your feet just like this. That's where I put mine, you know?
Yeah.
So you're able to actually pop an ollie out of the trick, because that's what it really is. It's just into it, and then you're popping an ollie. It's just
right.
ollie-to-fakie at that point.
I mean, I would assume too that foot positioning probably gives you the most grip as well.
Definitely, yeah.
You know,
your feet won't slide off and fall off the board.
Right.
And when you pop back, just like an ollie, your feet will come back to being like centered, and it's like absolutely perfect. You really want to make sure that your shoulders are centered as well when you do this trick, because if you're sideways, then your body's going to want to jump away. You're not going to be able to land right. You're going to be landing sideways. You're going to
so like parallel with your board.
Yeah, because a lot of people will do the Blunt-to-Fakie and they'll kind of pop out and they'll land like at an angle.
Right.
That's not going to end well. You want to be completely parallel when you do it, so your board goes straight up and it goes straight back down in one line. If you do this trick correctly, you will be able to follow a line like this right here on the ramp, and you'll go straight up it and straight down it without any problem at all. So I feel like there's one big problem a lot of people have with this trick, and that is the actual pop out. They get in and they don't have the leverage to pull out of the blunt. And there's a little secret to that a lot of people kind of don't realize, and it kind of scares a lot of people as well at the same time, because it does require you to be leaning over the top of the coping and onto the deck rather than leaning in the ramp, because you have to shift your weight from leaning this way to that way when you actually do a blunt. You're not just straight up and straight down. You have to go forward and back. So really what happens is people will come up, they'll go into it, and they'll be like that. They'll be too straight up. They won't be able to actually get the pull. It won't come out. It'll be really difficult to come out of it. But the secret to actually doing a Blunt-to-Fakie is when you're in it, instead of going straight up and down, you want your board to be leaning like this. Because when your board's leaning like this and your forehead and everything is leaning forward, that actually gives you this right here. So when you pop, it actually hits your tail off of the ramp like that. And that's actually what causes it to get away from the coping. Otherwise, if you're like this, there's no way to pull out. It's not gonna come out. And a lot of people don't realize that about a Blunt-to-Fakie is you have to have leverage. It's all about leverage with this trick, because otherwise you're gonna get stuck. You don't want it to be straight up and down. You want a Blunt-to-Fakie like that, so you can actually pop, because then it's an ollie-to-fakie, which is what this trick basically is.
Also, too, what Chris was saying about having your body weight in the right spot, too. It's like, if your body weight is still on top of the deck of the ramp when you pop back in, your front truck is gonna clip.
It's gonna clip.
Like, it's not, you're not gonna be able to bring your body back into the ramp unless your body weight is already leaning into the ramp.
Exactly. So pretty much, let me show you what your body is going to do when you're actually in the blunt. So you're going to come up, you're going to be leaning back to get into the blunt, and your feet are going to be in the position that you want it to be, which is the one I told you earlier, which I believe is the best one. And you're going to be on top of it, leaning forward when you get in, and then to pull out, you go that way. So you literally are leaning forward and you pull back, and that's actually what causes your whole body to go back into the ramp and the actual curvature of it, because otherwise you're on top, and if you try to pop out when you're still leaning forward, like Dale said, you're going to hit your front trucks. So you have to be on top of it. But when you pop, you have to go backward as far as you can, because that actually is what pulls it back into the ramp.
There's two ways that you can also like pop out of it, because the way that I do it is I'll pop out and like kind of hit my back truck first. That way it almost serves as this like training wheel method where you hit your back truck first and then you can clear your front truck. I know that sounds backwards, but it's not, because you kind of do this like fakie manual down the ramp. But the way Chris does it is Chris just like does a straight up big pop back into the ramp. If you got it like that and you can do it like that, be my guest. I prefer the safer way because I mean I'm not like I can Blunt-to-Fakie, but I don't do Blunt-to-Fakies like Chris's Blunt-to-Fakies.
Getting into it, I definitely would recommend doing as many times where you get in and set your front truck down on top. Just practice getting
exiting the ramp?
Just practice getting in and exiting the ramp, because that's like a big deal, is being comfortable actually getting into that bar. So do a whole bunch until you feel comfortable of getting in and exiting to where you can get in, hold it like in the exit position, and then feel solid enough on your skateboard to be able to lean backward as well. Because if you're getting in and you're all like sideways and not being able to really control it, then that's going to be a problem. So definitely practice getting in, being able to set it down, getting in, holding it for as long as you can before setting it down, and then eventually you're going to be able to get into it and hold it and lean backward as well.
Like if you want to get used to popping back into the ramp, like how are you going to do that?
So there's two different ways you can do this. One is actually what I really recommend. It's the safer way, and that is going up the ramp and kind of doing a little manual where the coping will be like this. You go up and you'll manual and then manual back. So you'll hold that, and you won't actually get into the blunt, but you'll get that feeling of the lean back and holding. And then the other one is once you're actually in the ramp and you're popping away, use your legs to either kick the board away or kind of land with your foot down, your back foot, and then you'll be able to kind of stop yourself. So it's like super easy to kind of bail away from this trick, because you do have a lot of area for control when you actually start to like figure this trick out. You have a lot of control of this trick. I'm sure Dale knows. Like once you're in it and you don't feel right, you can just like get into it, and you're not right, you just drop your board, jump backward. There's so many ways.
Yeah, it is. It's really easy to tell when like your footing isn't set, when the trick isn't locked in. Like you're gonna know if you're locked in. Like the first time you do this trick, you're gonna know when it's locked in, and you're gonna know what that feels like after the first time you do it. So the times when you're not locked in, you're gonna know. You're not gonna pull those ones in. You're gonna kick them away. You're gonna bail, and it'll be fine.
See, you can just jump backward if you want to, and if you really are feeling confident on it and you're just starting to learn it, you can literally go up and do the same thing on the deck where you're on it, and you just go jump away.
Do you want to just give us like some Blunt-to-Fakies, variations, blunt, kickflip, half cap blunt, frontside 180 in?
Some fun little blunts.
Yeah.
Boom. We have blunt kickflip.
First try, crazy. Oh! Good thing that barbed wire's there.
Blunt-Fakie. I'm gonna do blunt kickflip. I'm gonna do front blunt. I'm gonna do back blunt. I'm gonna do half cap blunt. I'm gonna do all kinds of blunts. Blunt-Fakie.
Wow, that was so good.
Front side blunt. Back side blunt.
Ooh! Yeah, that one's scarier,
A
huh?
lot scarier for me.
Yeah. Cody, we need a back blunt.
Sorry I failed you guys. I can't back blunt.
So I keep the
Dude, you did not fail us. You did a perfect blunt kickflip.
keep the can in hand, or
Keep the can in hand, dude. Full work mode. Put those glasses back on, dude.
oh yeah, I guess
What the hell are you doing?
safety first.
Oh! Dude, you work
Always
here.
warm up before you skate.
That was good. Oh, he's gonna do it again. He didn't like it.
You just gotta trust it.
He's good at that.
Oh my goodness.
Big spin. Ooh.
All you have to do is just trust that your shoulders are gonna turn after the half cab.
Got it.
See how those power side marks?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. Yeah, your shoulders almost turn later.
He goes to fakie and then spins. Wow.
Dale's gonna do one right now too.
I'm okay.
You blunt guy. Did you see how far I'm scaling? Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like this, dude.
Okay, Day One song.
Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can go over to Chris's YouTube channel and his Instagram, which are in the description below, and you can ask him more questions. You can also leave comments here and ask us more questions, more stuff that you want to see on this channel. since I'm the one kind of helping running this channel now. So let me know. All right. Tell your mom I said hi.
Sounds like you just ran a mile.
Dude, what, you think I'm tired?